In ORCIDS, many pieces of work such as assessments, case plans, and closure requests require approvals. Other examples of work needing approval are out-of-home placements, provider certifications, adoptions, and payment requests. ORCIDS manages 3 levels of approvals: Worker, Level 1, Supervisor, Level 2, and Higher Management, Level 3. ORCIDS has your security set up, so when you log in, ORCIDS knows which level of security you have been assigned. Each piece of work has an assigned approval level that matches the security levels. ORCIDS matches your login security level with the approval level assigned to the work. If you are a worker with Level 1 approval, and you approve a piece of work requiring Level 1 approval, the process is complete. However, if you approve a piece of work requiring a Level 2 approval, the system automatically forwards the work to your supervisor for approval. When the work is forwarded to the supervisor reviews the work and, after all necessary edits are completed, approves the work. Approvals are completed on the Approvals History page, accessed through the options list on each individual piece of work. The pieces of work ready for approval can be accessed through either the Cases or Providers Expando or the Approvals Expando, My Approvals Sub-Expando. The Approvals Expando can have up to 3 sub-expandos. These include My Approvals. This section displays work you created that requires approval, approvals that have been routed to you, or work returned to you for rework and requires your approval again. Approvals in Progress. This section holds all work that has been approved by the person who created it and shows which person should next make a selection on the Approvals History page. Approvals History. This section holds pieces of work that have received the final level of approval within the last 4 days. The Approvals History page will remain on the piece of work indefinitely. We have expanded the My Approvals Expando for you. When viewing the My Approvals Expando, you may see 2 or more approvals for the same case that appear to be identical. This can happen when 2 pieces of work are completed on the same case for 2 different participants. We will click the Wilson Abigail hyperlink to open the Ongoing Safety Plan page. To access the Approvals History page, click the Options list, select Approve, and click Go. The Approval History page opens. This page has 4 group boxes. The Document Information group box contains information regarding the case name, the type of work, and the date. The Approval Decisions group box, which has 4 options for a piece of work. 1. Approve. This option will either provide final approval for a piece of work or document that you have approved the work, and it will be sent to a supervisor for another level of approval. 2. Cancel. This option will result in the work being frozen and ineditable. The piece of work will not appear on the desktop unless the Canceled Work checkbox is selected. 3. Reassign. This option allows you to reassign approvals to another worker or supervisor. 4. Recall/return. This option allows you to either recall a piece of work you have sent for approval or return a piece of work sent to you for approval. If you have recalled a piece of work, you must take the next action to move the approval forward. If you have returned a piece of work, the recipient must take the next action to move that approval forward. The Additional Approval group box allows you to see if the work needs an additional level of approval. When the work needs an additional level of approval, the Additional Approval group box will pre-fill with the name of the supervisor who directly supervises the person who last opened the work. There will also be an Other hyperlink if the approval should be sent to another supervisor. The Approval History group box contains information regarding who initiated the work and each approval action taken for this piece of work, along with the date each action was taken. In this example, we can see that Abigail Wilson initiated the piece of work on March 31st, 2010, where it was pending until she approved it on March 31st, 2010, sending it to her supervisor. Since this piece of work requires supervisor approval, ORCID created a row for Isabella Johnson to show that she received the work, and it is now pending on her desktop as of March 31st, 2010. Isabella would now either return the work to Abigail for further revisions, approve the work as is, reassign the work to someone else, or cancel the work if it was created in error. Work that has received its final level of approval is no longer editable. Please make sure to review all work prior to approving it to ensure accuracy. Work that appears in Approvals in Progress sub-expando is work in which you have been a part of the approval process, but have already completed approval and are now waiting for another person to approve the work. Work that appears in the Approvals History sub-expando has received final approval. This includes work that you initiated, rerouted to another worker, or approved. Approvals remain in the Approval History sub-expando for 4 days after final approval is given. Please see the Approvals Guide for additional information on the approval process. Supervisors may also access the Supervisor Approvals video.